Hey there, fellow gamers. Onerous here with another episode of Dyson Sphere Program, and oh boy, look at where we're standing. We are standing here next to our space warpers. Now, I had a few comments about space warpers. One being this should probably be a interstellar logistics station, interstellar logistics station, so that we can make these space warpers available to other planets. Definitely true, and more specifically, so that we can have the logistics vessels coming from this interstellar logistics station and already having the warpers stored in there. But hey, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in the near future. Another one is that 200 space warpers is not going to be enough. Why limit it? Look, it's very expensive for our resources, but production is slow enough that, look, I'm happy to make that up to 5,000. If we're doing other stuff and eventually we have ended up with 5,000, we will use it by every time a logistics bot is traveling to and from another system, we will have to use two space warpers to do it. So, look, we'll keep going. What have I got? I got some hydrogen. We got some junk in our inventory, but a good point from Power. Whoa, hey, that's new. Has there been an update? I think there must have been. Oh, we can change our color. Get out. Oh, that's. We can change our intermediate color by the looks of it. Okay, wow. Getting a nice. I don't know why these must be the presets, and then. We have complete control. Let's go for a nice green. I think a nice green would be quite fitting. No, you don't want to go green. Okay, I've totally lost the ability to change it. What's happened here? None of these are actually changing the color now. Anyway, work in progress, I would say. I'll figure out how to do that. This is very interesting. Oh, this must be our drone numbers. Wow. Okay. Maybe in the future there's going to be some more stuff, but I'm intrigued by that change. It seems unnecessary unless there's going to be more customization available. Yeah, no, not sure why that color situation has died. Anyway, let's set this to green, and maybe if the color comes back, we'll get a nice green and yellow setup. Okay. And we have our 9 space warpers. I mean, I might as well grab. Maybe not. Well, actually, honestly, might as well just grab them all and pop them in. No, we can have 20. Okay. Well, that makes our job easy. There we go. So we'll fill up with space warpers. Yeah. So anyway, as was stated, our fuel chamber. That's actually smaller than it was, isn't it? We've only got 4 in there now. Wow. All right. Yes. But before we had 4. Maybe it was 4 before. Anyway, we had filled with hydrogen fuel rods, and I can't remember the exact number that they have, but the Deuteron fuel rods have way more megajoules stored internally, so we actually probably don't need to carry around all of these extras, and that was the outcome of it, which I agree. Just saving some inventory space. Wouldn't mind checking the tech tree again if we've had an update, whether any new upgrades are available. All right. Quick check, vein utilization, research speed. Yeah, I mean, for completeness, yeah, let's queue that up. And that one's a very different science, white science. All right. Completeness, here we come. Okay, whoop, there's another one there. Okay, that should be everything now until we get to green. Yes. Another comment, I think it was from Ghost of Fireball, is that we upgraded our assembler to the higher level assembler. Now, where would that be? Here. And there is this note here that I totally missed, but I seem to remember reading it way earlier in the series, but a 50% increase in replicator speed. So we actually will handcraft it just a little bit quicker, which is a nice little touch. Okay. So, this episode, what I want to do is get prepared to travel to another travel to another star system. So we've got to think about, I'm just going to go to a star system. I want to set up some kind of production to send materials back here. Obviously, mining is a crucial part of that. We'll want to do some mining. What have I got here? Ooh, fractionators. So many fractionators. All right, we probably don't need to take fractionators with us. And we probably don't need to take matrix labs with us, because we won't be doing that. In fact, we'll get rid of the matrix labs that we have, and probably get rid of the fractionators that we have. And that was another comment that... that is not a fractionator. Another comment that we put in this in the episode 1 or 2 episodes ago. We put in fractionator construction back on AL3, and rightfully so pointed out that I had already done it here. Speaking of which, while we're here... Okay, so yeah, this is 54 megajoules with a 200% bonus, and this is 600 megajoules with a 300% bonus. So that's 150 megajoules versus 1800 megajoules when used in the fuel chamber. That's like a 10 times different. So that's considerable. It's considerable. Anyway, with that in mind, I think we're just going to head back. We are going to head back to AL3, and put together a little bit of equipment that we'll want to take with us to a new planet. And as I was saying, the things we're going to need is power. We are going to need to figure out a way to power the new colony, and I mean, solar power is obviously a clear winner there. With the caveat that if we're able to mine some kind of hydrogen or oil, that thermal power plants are an option if our power requirements get too high. I think the solar power is certainly enough just to get us by with a little bit of mining, and we don't even have to power the logistics bots. Well, we do have to. Okay, yeah. I'll caveat: we will have to power the drones. Whoa, we got sucked into the gravity. All right, we got sucked into the gravity of the gas giant. That's okay. Looks like somewhere around here is where we want to be. Okay, yeah. So we'll get a stack of solar panels. We'll need miners. I'll probably want smelters, just in case. Well, yeah, we'll definitely want smelters, because we don't want to bring back, like, for instance, we wouldn't want to bring back copper ore, or titanium ore, or silicon ore for that matter. We'll double check some things, but I think they're all basic materials that get converted into something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a chest here with stuff that we are not going to take with us. For instance, as much as these things are handy, we're probably not going to want any raw materials. Now, I did just click a bunch of stuff, and there is a bunch of stuff that we want to take. Okay. The advantage of having some raw materials is we could handcraft a few things, but theoretically, we'll bring everything we want with me. And you know, I've had great experience with that in the past, but we'll plan. We will not plan to fail. Is the key here. So we've got a bunch of sorters. We'll have 2 stacks of power poles. That's great. Splitters. Yeah, look, just I think one is enough. Okay. Now here's where we start getting a little bit interesting. Smelters. Let's get a full row of smelters. Is that a full row? Yeah, that's a full row. There's our research speed, which we don't need. Assemblers, yeah, I think 2 stacks of assemblers. I can't off the top of my head think of what we'd use assemblers for, but we may. There is a good amount of miners. In fact, we should really have more miners than we have. I was going to say more miners than smelters, but mining is faster than smelting, so that's probably okay. We'll take a stack of thermal power plants just in case. Oil refineries, yes. I say that as a yes, as a caveat. That do we even need them? So we are going to Alnilam, which earlier on Power pointed out is, maybe it was in the Discord channel, Power pointed out this is actually the name of a star in the Orion cluster, actually part of Orion's belt. Okay, so it is 2 light years away. It does not have oil. It does not have oil, but does have our lovely fire ice and optical grating crystals, which I'm excited to dig into. Now, I don't know whether this is going to have any chem plants. No, we don't need. We do not need chem plants. I'll get rid of. Actually, I should put these chem plants into our box here. We're definitely not taking the oil refinery or the mini particle colliders. We will want logistics, maybe not this many. We definitely want interstellars, and we don't want accumulators. We're going to have to grab a bunch of other things. All right. So, some of the things we'll need is possibly a stack of this. I can't believe this is still going. So there's a couple of stacks. Let's go 3 stacks of that, because we can. Our solar panels, we'll want basically to grab all the solar panels, wherever they are. They were somewhere over here. Here we go. All the solar panels. And I wonder if there's a reason why we couldn't double that amount. Just, it's a slow production of things over here, but having them do it is okay. Now, we are filling these up, which of course for some reason I've stacked them, but I haven't released them. We are going to need these for production. Can that go higher? Max height. Okay. We are going to need these for our Dyson Sphere. So we'll send them over to the other planet and send the rails over to the other planet when we establish it. But for now we'll just go with this. All right. I'm sure there's something we're forgetting. What's in our dump chest? It is a ray receiver. We don't need that, especially because we won't have a Dyson swarm on the other star at all, and no intention of actually putting one in there. It'll be Dyson Sphere all the way. And where are we? Over here. So that was everything here. What I want is to grab, say, 100 of them, say 200 of them, another 10 of them. Yes, another 10 of them. And I think you can see where I'm going with this. So 10 of this is 200 of those. It's 200 magnetic rings and 200, that's 500 magnetic rings and 200 thrusters. So let's get 200 thrusters. Can I get it? Oh, come on. All right. Well, 201 it is. And, oh yeah, actually, of course, there we go. 200 of them, and then it's our thrusters. Supermagnetic rings, which we have no supermagnetic rings here. Okay. We can go back and grab some from AL1 once we're happy that we have everything that we want. That's probably enough logistics drones because... logistics vessels. We're actually not going to set up logistics vessels at the other end because they won't have access to space warpers. So we will ditch those, but I do want to make sure I have enough. I'm going to go 3 stacks of drones, which is a lot of drones, I agree. But just in case we end... Oh, excuse me. Just in case we end up having a lot of spread out mining, I do want to make sure that is available. All right. That brings us to the end of what we have here. Time to head on over back to Alpha Leporis 1, and then to figure out actually how to use the space warpers. Because I've never used a space warper before, so I haven't actually seen. We don't have any options at the moment. I remember when we built them, there was something that was like Control or caps lock or some other key other than shift, which is doing our regular sail speed acceleration. So we'll come across that one when we actually start flying and see what it does. The name warp does imply some kind of faster than light travel. So anyway, I came over here because I wanted to get some energetic and some thrusters. No, rings. Supermagnetic rings. That's the word. Alright. And I don't know where the production of that is. So let's just cruise around until we find somewhere that looks like it might have it. Yeah, I've got so much production now that I am losing track. I'm losing track. It's not over here. This is our Space Warper production. Do we pull in our super magnetics on any of these just for... No, just those ones. Ah, man. Super magnetic rings. Was it over in this direction, I think? Over there? Somewhere over here. There we go. Okay. And, yeah, nice. So we need 500 of these guys, which is a decent whack of what we actually have available. And then this 40 can go back in there. Okay, and now we should be able to build 10 of these. And indeed we can. Bang. Perfect. Okay. So I don't know if we're going to come across a star a gas giant over there, but you know, it makes sense. It makes sense to actually make them available. In which case we will actually use some logistics vessels because they will be required. So 50 is probably still enough because each one of the interstellar logistics can only carry 10 of them anyway. So I mean we got 15 of them. Let's not worry too much about the math. Now if I grab another 100 of these or something like that, just in case, because you know we're going to another planet, we've got to make sure we have enough fuel to do so. All right, that seems to me pretty good. So, fingers crossed. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at our star map. So, 2 light years away. It's got a bunch of stuff that we want. Let's set our link in that direction and see what we're going to do. All right. There it is on the map. And okay, we're pointing at it. We're gonna speed up, so it's 2.2 light years away. Currently, it's taking 4 minutes. No, currently it's taking an hour. We're ticking it down. We're at almost max speed. Okay, so there's max speed, and it would take 45 minutes to get there. Now, control. No, it's not control. Caps lock. It is caps lock. Okay. We're getting down to 10 seconds. 9, 8. This is okay. 3. Whoa. We just got kicked out of it. And maybe I'll have to hold it down. Mech does not have enough energy. Oh, we ran out of energy. All right. So we'll wait for our energy to charge back up. That was a... I wonder if I needed to... I wonder if I should have not accelerated at the sail speed. Well, we've got a little bit of time. We've got a little bit of time, so we've got to charge up now. It seems like it's expensive, doesn't it? Does it say... Oh yeah, it says right there, use the cap... That's where I saw it. Caps lock key to start the warp engine. It doesn't actually say move speed. We don't... No real way of knowing... Get that green color. Unless... Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute. Is this the different components? It is. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh. Okay, this is delightful. So let's go with a nice dark green outer shell. We got a bit of time to play, so this is those highlights that we can currently see, which I'm going to go for kind of a yellower green, and make it fairly light. This part here is that one, so we want to kind of match it with that yellow, but maybe a more vibrant yellow. There we go. All right, we're getting there. This vibrant green needs to like tone way down. This one, I don't mind where it's sitting on the scale, but maybe we'll go darker. We've got these white bits that, who knows where those white bits are. What if I'm... Ooh, okay, that's some shading. That is shading. Yeah. So let's go with kind of some blue shading, I think. Yeah. Ooh. Man, this funkiness. All in the name of just letting us charge up our engines. Yeah, I like the blue shading, but maybe we'll go for a slightly lighter blue shading. Oh yeah, the customization. It's a good Australian mecca now. Okay. Now that we've figured that one out, let's see if we've got enough energy to start the warp. So we're at 11 minutes now. I just tapped caps lock to start the engine. 5 seconds, 6 seconds. We've slowed down. ETA 4 seconds. 3 AUs, 2 AUs. Okay, let's jump out now, and we're in. Okay, we're in. Let's find a planet. The closest planet to us is Alnilam 1. Let's go there. Let's land and recharge our batteries. It's a moon-ish planet. Maybe this is the fire ice. Okay, we're in it. We are in another star system. Let's see what we have. So, we have Alnilam 1. It has a ton of stone. Yep, so it is a moon planet. It has a ton of stone, a ton of silicon. Well, I say a ton, but like a fair bit. It's got no titanium, which is fine. No ocean. Great construction area. Great solar energy, and some other orbiting characteristics that we're not too worried about. All right, Alnilam 2. Alnilam, yep. Alnilam 2. It is even more stone, 35 million stone, which is great because we're actually running a little bit low on stone. It's got 400,000 optical grating crystals, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm not actually sure what we're going to be using that for. So whether that is a sufficient amount for what we'd be doing is the question. Its solar energy is terrible, and we're just going to get worse as we go further out. So I think that means that most of our main sort of charging needs to be done at this closer planet. We have Alnilam 3, which is an ice-filled Gelisol. There's some classifications. Barren desert, a gobi. All right. So this is an ice field. It has 1 million fire ice. It does have water, which is kind of not that important. There's a bunch of titanium and some iron. And then we have a rocky salt lake in reverse rotation. Reverse rotation. I mean, the orbit is not the reverse, so it must be the planet itself must be rotating in the opposite direction. Rotational period, negative 1,000 seconds. Rotational period, 470 seconds. Yeah. So it's rotating the other. Does that show a direction of rotation? No, they're both the same. That's just a cursor. It is nothing. So this one has copper, silicon. Yeah. Okay. So not a whole lot of optical grating crystals, I've got to say, but a bunch of stone. This guy's not actually that good for mining. But yeah, the solar energy of 57%, 47%, and 40% is a bit of a worry. It's a bit of a worry. So, and our star. So this is the sum total of the whole system. Yeah, because that same number there, that is okay. This is why I guess our values for the solar power were so low, because it's actually only a 0.9 luminosity to begin with. Whew, it's 9 million years old. All right, well, that is our new star system. Let's get cracking. And figure out where the poles of this planet are. Yep. Okay. So that is north up here. And we are going to begin by popping on the equator. Which I guess is here. That looks like we're in the middle. It's fairly solid. I would like this line to be even thicker, but now that I zoom in, you do see that it is very thick. All right. So we're going to start by popping down here and putting in our solar panels. Now, we just got a decent amount of stuff from there. So if I want to make this 3 wide and I want to put this down, can I? I cannot do that. Okay. I can do that, however. I just want to be able to place like 3 by 3 is kind of where I want to go, and I'm not sure if this is quicker or not. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. All right. So I think what we want to do is just do this. Yep. It's got to be a quicker way, doesn't there? We're definitely going to get a decent amount of soil pile from this. Silicon. Do we care about silicon? No. Silicon is not an important resource here. Not an important resource in that removing it from the pool isn't reducing it. If it was the optical grading crystals where we only have 400,000 available, then I might think a little bit differently. But here we are. This is going to be quite a bit of power. I wonder if I'm massively overdoing it. And I think I am. So let's just go with one single line for now, because we are until we actually see what we want to do with this as far as transport kind of stuff. I think this is where all of our logistics drones will be. Our logistics vessels will come from here. This looks like a nice little bit of land that we can flatten out to grab a bit more soil pile. Oh, it sure does. In fact, I mean, we've got a fair bit of soil pile, but I'm just going to do it now anyway. And we'll just do something like this. Jump all these down, just like that. And just keep going. Look at that. Harvesting soil pile like there's no tomorrow. And then all we need to do is grab our removal tool and just go... And look, we'll lose some of it, but that's fine. For the sake of doing this quickly, let's just go. And look at our soil pile, man. When you find an area like this, it's actually pretty quick to harvest a fair bit of soil pile. And let's keep going with that. What did I have? It was a lot of something. Yeah, a lot of these guys. Put them in there. That's like a double high mountain there. All right, there we go. And then, yeah, get rid of them all. Get rid of them all. Rip them all out. It'd be nice to have some more drones, I feel. But I think we've maxed out that technology for now, haven't we? There we go. All right, we harvested a few hundred thousand of them, and yeah, I feel good about that. There's obviously a few places where we can do that here, which is nice. You know what we need? We need a blueprint that goes around the pole, don't we? Blueprint that goes around the pole for this, and then we could just fly over it and have it placed down as we go. Oh, that is an idea. I wonder how we do that at the equator, because it's easy to do at the poles. We saw when I was just mucking around with them earlier. I remember seeing that happen. So, let's put this all down. I wonder if I need to put all of this down. I'm going to do it now. I'm committed to doing full ring. We might have to remove the extra ones that we pop down. Yeah, we might have to remove the bonus ones. Alright, how are we doing for time, by the way? We're getting close to the end. So hopefully I can get this all together. I still haven't seen the other part of it here. Probably could have checked like the size of the planet. A bunch of other things we could have checked. But you know, we're just straight into it. We're straight into power. This does seem like a lot of power. And it's a lot of solar panels. We're actually going to run out of solar panels at this rate, aren't we? Yes, we 100% are going to run out of solar panels, because that was all solar panels, wasn't it? Alright, well, lesson learned. Lesson learned. Don't go too crazy with solar panels to begin with. Is this not going to line up? It's not going to line up. Well, that's a shame. Alright, so I do want to get rid of this outer row. Get rid of this outer row. This outer row. Alright, and then we'll try and make a blueprint for solar panels going around the equator. I wonder if I can change the spacing on a blueprint as well. Because it'd be interesting if this is now, oh, it's only 75 megawatts. That's probably decent. Because each of these, 3 of these is 1 megawatt, essentially. 3 of these is 1 megawatt, so 75 of that is 250-ish. Yeah. All right. Blueprints. Let's go. Create a new blueprint, please. I'm just going to drop down so we don't waste any fuel unnecessarily, although fuel does not seem to be a problem there. Blueprint. All right, new blueprint, please. New empty blueprint. Bring it up. Let's edit blueprint. How do I edit the blueprint? Double click to use. Change. Nope. All right, I've lost what I'm doing. So let's delete that one. Let's just go Control B. There we go. All right, whoops. Control B. Why have I got that? I don't want Control. I did Control V, didn't I? Not Control B. It's not Control B. Control C. Okay. So if I do a selection that runs up here to the pole, and then goes all the way around the pole, and includes the pole, I think. Okay, so if I do that, we'll call this equatorial solar. Our thumbnail text will be solar panels. Where are the solar panels? Solar. There we go. Solar around the equator. Okay. Save blueprint. Now, if I want to use it, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect, because again, you can only use it in this middle section. But theoretically, we could pop it down. We could just pop it down here or here, and then run over it and build it. Look at that gap. That's because we didn't have the perfect. Oh, look at that. Green and gold Icarus. Not bad. Looks like a transformer now. Well, I mean, that brings us to the end of the episode. Yes, solar panels. We do not have enough solar panels. That is the number one here. But we will set up our interstellar transport here. That will be going to other planets. I'm gonna have a think until next episode. Like, do we need a central point within the solar system where we gather all the resources, or do I want to have every planet just being available for resources? I'm going to have a think about that. I'm probably leaning towards the initial idea of having this one planet where we do some basic smelting, because that makes sense in my mind, but I'll have a bit of a think about that, and by all means do let me know in the comments below your thoughts on that. Other than that, of course, there's nothing much left but the excitement of being on a brand new star, not just a brand new planet, a brand new star system. Our first step of true interstellar, in my mind, true interstellar travel. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. I hope you're enjoying so far. As always, love to hear your comments. Have we put in too many solar panels? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks to my amazing patrons, and catch you next time.